Welcome back, friends. This is Isaac coming to you from Gaming with Sidekicks, looking at some exclusive first looks at the new WizKid Dice Master products coming out. This is the Teampack Justice Like Lightning, featuring some Avengers, some villains, and some Thunderbolt affiliated characters. So let's jump right in and take a look at what we have. First off is Ant-Man. Ant-Man is a 3-cost fist character with both the Thunderbolt and Avengers affiliation. He has Awaken, Amplify, and, well, nothing on his last card. Awaken means he's unblockable until the end of turn when he spins up one or more levels. Amplify, when you use an action, you may spin him up one level. And the final one, he cannot be blocked by higher level character dice or sidekick character dice. So, kind of going back to the old Ant-Man days, we have the 2-1, 3-1, 5-2 side at the 0-0-1 fielding cost. So cheap character to get out, some cool abilities. I kind of like the unblockable, especially if you can find a way to spin him up and get that effect. Next up, we have Atlas. And you'll notice the first of many flip cards coming our way. Atlas is a 5 or 6 cost shield character, also villain and Thunderbolt affiliation on this side. First one is just a straight up flip. At the start of your turn, you may flip him. Atlas must attack on his level 3. And you see those stats get super beefy at level 3. Is a 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 8. With a fielding cost of 0, 1, and then 3, a big jump there to level 3. The second card there, when fielded, or if Atlas is active when flipped to this side, you may spin target non-Atlas character die to level 3. And if he's on a level 3 already, you may spin target Thunderbolt character die to level 3 as well. The last one is an Amplify, so you use the action die to spin him up one level. When he uses Amplify, flip the card, and he has the global once per turn. You may pay a fist to prep a die from your bag. So we get that resurrection type global coming in on a character once per turn, and this time coming in at fist energy. Very unique. Interesting that it's a different energy type than the character himself. So let's flip Atlas on both sides here and see what we got. His first one has a must attack if able as well, and on that side you can see he is just that light there. You can see he is just a Thunderbolt on that side. Thunderbolts across the board, no villain here. His middle one, when fielded, or if Atlas is active when flipped to this side, you may give target character die Overcrush and Iron Will. That is some serious beef given to a different character while Atlas is on this side. And finally, this side face down. When he's active, your Thunderbolt character dice gain Overcrush. If Atlas is not active, flip this card. So that last one with the global also giving all of your Thunderbolt characters Overcrush. Pretty powerful stuff. Awesome little card. Big fielding cost, but I'd imagine he's going to be a popular one for people to get some work in with. Next up is Citizen V. Another flip. Citizen V says he's a 6-cost mask. Thunderbolt on one of the sides here. He's Thunderbolt and villain. First one, when fielded, you may flip any number of other Thunderbolt cards. Middle one is Infiltrate. When he is unblocked, you may return to the field and deal your opponent 1 damage. So when fielded, target character die gets +2 defense. Then when he uses Infiltrate, you must flip that card. And finally, when fielded, target character die gets +2 attack. And when he's active, if a non-Citizen V character die damages an opponent, flip this card. So he's got some things that are going to make you flip depending on what goes on. Interesting too, stat-wise for him, he's a 2, 5, 4, 7, 6, so he does get pretty big, but he has a really low TFC of 0, 1, 1 with a total fielding cost of 2 there. So let's flip our Citizen Vs. So this one goes to just a single Thunderbolt affiliation, and I started with showing you the A side for all of these cards as listed in the numbers. And so for the B side, both of these gain that villain affiliation, keeping the Thunderbolts. That first one, when he's active, your non-villain character dies will get +1/+1. The middle one has Retaliation. If an affiliated character dies KO, deal 1 damage to an opposing player. If he's active, your villain character dice get +1 attack and Overcrush. If Citizen V is not active, immediately flip this card. And finally, when Citizen V is active, your villain character dice get +1/+1. If he is not active, flip this card. So of those last two on that villain side, doing some amazing stuff, especially the Retaliation affiliated character 1, dealing 1 damage to opposing player. That's going to be villains, that's going to be Thunderbolts, and your villains get +1 in Overcrush. What a strong play for villains there for the New World Order. Next up, we have Hawkeye. Hawkeye is a 3/5 cost character, Bolt, and he is both Thunderbolt and Avengers affiliated. First one, when fielded, KO target opposing sidekick character die. Second, when fielded, spin target opposing character die at level 1. And finally, when fielded, deal damage to target opponent equal to Hawkeye's level, which we've seen from Hawkeye similar types of abilities in the past. And he is the global payable to deal 1 damage to target sidekick character die. I like them all. I like the damage to the sidekick character die. I think that both of the 3 costs, especially the first one, the when fielded to KO target opposing sidekick character die, could be fun. Spinning a character die to level 1, especially if you're playing this in set and you get that Atlas or that Citizen V who's getting real big really fast, that middle Hawkeye might be a great addition to whatever team you're running. Next up is Mach 1. Mach 1 is also a flip card. On this side, on the A side, All-Star is villain and Thunderbolt affiliated. All 4 cost bolts. First one, when Mach 1 attacks, he gets +1/+1, and his stat line comes in at a 3/2/4/3/5/4 with a TFC of 3 at 0/1/2. Second one, when fielded, or if Mach 1 is active when flipped to this side, your Thunderbolt character dice cannot be blocked by lower level character dice until end of turn. And finally, the last guy brings in a tune. When Mach 1 uses a tune 2 or more times in a turn, you must flip this card. So if you manage to kick that tune off, you got to flip them, and you're going to begin the game with that opposite side face down. So ideally, some of these give you the choice. A couple of these cards do ask you to start with one side face down. That one with a tune has a tune on this side as well, and while he's active, when you field a Thunderbolt character die, deal 2 damage to target character die, and if he's not active, you must flip the card back over. Middle one, need for speed when fielded, or if Mach 1 is active when flipped to the side, your Thunderbolt character dice get +2 attack, and the last guy gets just the nasty little addition of Overcrush, which on that top face at a 5/4, not too bad, especially if you've got other ways to buff your characters or Thunderbolt affiliated characters. That Overcrush is always always a good thing to utilize. So I'm liking the Overcrush one. I also like the Attune one down at the end. Some fun options there for Mach 1. Next up, we have Meteorite. Another flip card. She is villain and Thunderbolt affiliated on all these sides. 4 cost bolt. She has a stat line of 3/1/4/2/5/4, coming in at a similar TFC of 0/1/2. Her first one, when fielded, your character dice get +1 attack. Second one there, when fielded, or if Meteorite is active when flipped to the side, when you field a Thunderbolt character die, prep a die from your bag. And finally, when Meteorite is active, other than at the beginning of your turn, when the character card of one of your active characters flips, flip this card. So this card at the end does not have the flip keyword that says at the start of your turn you may flip this character to its other side. This has the condition of other than at the beginning of your turn, when a character card of one of your active characters flips, then this one flips in turn with it. When it flips in turn, it has on the other side, when you flip a character card, Meteorite gets +1/+1 until end of turn. If you have at least 3 active Thunderbolts, Meteorite also gets Overcrush. And if not active, you flip it back to the first side. Middle one, when fielded, or if Meteorite is active when flipped to the side, when you field a Thunderbolt character die, target Thunderbolt you control gets +2. And finally, when active, your opponent cannot attack with more than 2 character dice. I like the can attack with more than 2 character dice. That's kind of fun. But that last one, the Precious Minerals, you flip her over, +1/+1 when you flip a character card. So you flip a few others, have a couple Thunderbolts in the field, which if you're playing with this set, really easy to do. Then you're going to give her Overcrush. So potentially, kicking that 3, 4, 5, up another 1, 2, 3 points of damage with Overcrush. That could be a solid play for Meteorite. Next up is Songbird, is a flip character as well. Our first and only 2-cost flip in this set. We have the 2, 3, and 5-cost Songbirds. All on the A side, Villain and Thunderbolt affiliated. We will see for that first one, it just says flip. And just to let you know, it says the same thing on the other side. The middle one, when fielded, KO target sidekick character die. And for the last one, when fielded, opposing character die gets -3 attack until end of turn. Great addition for stopping and slowing down some of these big attack pieces or some of these Overcrush pieces that we're seeing as well. But I guess actually that's only till end of turn, so it wouldn't affect the Overcrush aspect. But it would put a damper on some of the characters that you may be going up against if you decide to attack on your turn. So that 2-cost one, you can see they just basically lose the villain affiliation. Still says flip. The middle one gains Intimidate on this side. When fielded, remove target opposing character die from the field. And finally, and that one also can only use Intimidate on character dice with purchase costs of 4 or less. And the last one, when fielded, deal 2 damage to all opposing character dice. Let's move that over a little. So all good. I like the 2 costs. It's simple. It's cheap. If they TFC of 1 at 001, you're going to get these Songbirds out. And if I take that one Songbird, add it to the team, then I can utilize some of the other cards that play off, like Meteorite, a card, flipping during the game. Next up and final in the docket here is Techno. Techno is another flip card on this A side. He's all Villain and Thunderbolt affiliated. He's coming in at a 3-cost bolt with a TFC of 3 at a 1/1/1 across the board. 3/3, 4/3, 4/4. I love seeing those consistent cost characters. First one, when fielded, or if Techno is active when flipped to the side, your Thunderbolt character dice cannot be targeted by your opponents. The middle one, when fielded, or if Techno is active when flipped to the side, target Thunderbolt character die gains fast. And the last one has a tune, and when he uses a tune, you must flip the card. Also with the global, pay a bolt, spin any number of your sidekick dice in your field zone or reserve pool to their bolt side. If active, move them to the reserve pool. So allowing you with a bolt to give you a whole bunch of bolts. Other side of these, we lose the Villain affiliation, gain the Thunderbolt affiliation. First one, when fielded, or if Techno is active when flipped to the side, your Thunderbolt character dice cannot have their damage prevented by opposing effects. Middle one, when fielded, or if Techno is active when flipped to the side, target Thunderbolt character die gets +X, where X is the number of active Thunderbolt characters you have. And finally, with the attune, when Techno is active, your Bolt character cards and dice cannot have their text ignored. If Techno is not active, flip this card. I like that end one. I like the ability to turn things into bolts, especially if it's going to give you an opportunity to use another global or something to utilize those bolts in a positive way. But this great one, when he's active, your other Thunderbolt character cards and their dice cannot have their text ignored. Can't shut them down, can't ignore them. What a great way to get those Thunderbolts in and get them strong. So I like Techno. It's a good addition in this set as well. So make sure you take a look at this set. This is, again, the Justice Like Lightning set, the new set from WizKids and Marvel. Keep an eye out. This should be releasing here August 1st to stores in the United States. And let us know. What did you think? Which one of these cards did you like? Were you surprised at all the keywords? I love seeing all these different keywords make their way in, whether it's the flips, the attunes, the intimidates. There's so many awesome things. And how about that global? Prep globals on a character. Always a fun way to sneak in that extra thing if you have other basic actions you're trying to do. So let us know what you think in the comments below, and we'll see you guys next time. Thanks for joining us here at Gaming with Sidekicks. This has been Isaac, and make sure you get over to our main site over at www.gamingwithsidekicks.com to check out the games we like with the people we love. And we'll see you guys next time.